On June 23, 1985, a devastating act of terrorism shook the world when Air India Flight 182, a Boeing 747 named Kanishka, was destroyed mid-flight over the Atlantic Ocean near the Irish coast. All 329 people on board perished, making it one of the deadliest aviation terrorist attacks in history until 9/11. The tragedy not only underscored the devastating potential of airline terrorism, but also highlighted significant lapses in international security protocols and intelligence sharing. Air India Flight 182 was en route from Toronto, Canada, to London, England, before heading to its final destination, New Delhi, India. The majority of the passengers were Canadian citizens of Indian origin, many of them families with children traveling during the summer holidays. At approximately 31,000 feet, an explosive device concealed in checked luggage detonated in the cargo hold, causing the plane to break apart and crash into the Atlantic Ocean. The destruction was so sudden and catastrophic that no distress call was made. The bombing was the result of a meticulously planned conspiracy by Sikh extremists based in Canada. The attack was reportedly a retaliation for the Indian Army's Operation Blue Star in 1984, which targeted the Golden Temple, a sacred Sikh site, to flush out armed separatists demanding Khalistan, a separate Sikh homeland. The group behind the attack, Babar Khalsa, led by Talwinder Singh Parmar, sought to make a political statement against the Indian government. They devised a plan involving two simultaneous bombings, one targeting Air India Flight 182 and another aimed at Air India Flight 301 departing from Tokyo's Narita Airport. While the Tokyo bombing resulted in a premature detonation at the airport, killing 2 baggage handlers, the Kanishka bombing was carried out as planned. One of the most glaring aspects of the tragedy was the series of security lapses that allowed the attack to occur. Unchecked luggage. The bomb was smuggled aboard in checked baggage without the passenger who had checked it in boarding the flight. This violated the standard baggage passenger match protocol. Ignored warnings. Canadian intelligence agencies and law enforcement had prior warnings of potential threats to Air India flights, but failed to act effectively. Intercepts of conversations between suspects indicated the possibility of an imminent attack. Airport security lapses. Security at Canadian airports failed to detect the explosive device during screening. The victims of the bombing were predominantly Canadians, making it the worst mass murder in Canadian history. Families were devastated, with entire generations wiped out in some cases. The Canadian government declared June 23rd as National Day of Remembrance for Victims of Terrorism to honor the lives lost. The investigation into the Kanishka bombing became one of the most prolonged and expensive in Canadian history. However, the path to justice was fraught with challenges. Talwinder Singh Parmar, considered the mastermind, was killed in India in 1992 under unclear circumstances. In 2003, 2 suspects, Ripudaman Singh Malik and Ajaib Singh Bagri, were acquitted due to lack of evidence, despite years of investigation. This outcome highlighted systemic flaws in gathering and presenting evidence. Only one individual, Inderjit Singh Rayat, was convicted for his role in the bombings. He served time for manslaughter and for perjury during subsequent trials. The Kanishka bombing revealed severe shortcomings in counter-terrorism efforts and international cooperation. It prompted Canada to overhaul its aviation security framework, creating stricter protocols for screening baggage and passengers. In 2010, after years of advocacy by victims' families, a public inquiry led by Justice John Major published a comprehensive report. The report criticized Canadian authorities for their inaction despite prior warnings, and called for better coordination between intelligence agencies. The Kanishka bombing remains a somber reminder of the human cost of terrorism and the critical importance of vigilance in aviation security. For Canada, it served as a wake-up call to confront domestic extremism and foster accountability in national security. This tragedy also underscored the need for justice systems to balance civil liberties with effective counterterrorism measures. The families of the victims have continuously fought to ensure that their loved ones' sacrifices are not forgotten, advocating for reforms to prevent such tragedies in the future. The Air India Flight 182 bombing is not just a tale of loss, but also a lesson in the vulnerabilities of a globalized world. Its legacy lies in the stories of resilience shown by the victims' families and the ongoing pursuit of justice and accountability. As the world grapples with evolving threats, The lessons of Kanishka remain vital in ensuring that no such tragedy is ever repeated.